All right, magandang araw. Hello, mommies and daddies, and welcome to Smart Parenting Self-Care Sessions. I'm your host. My name is Edro Elim, and I'm part of the Smart Parenting Dad Squad. And for today, syempre kasama ko ang fellow Smart Parenting influencers natin, si Grace Donato at si Debbie Villanueva. Kamusta naman kayo, guys? Nako, ito exciting na to. So Grace, kamusta ka naman ngayong araw na to?
Hello, yes, of course. I'm super excited. I'm always looking forward to our sessions kasi syempre it's always important for us to remind ourselves to be always happy and make time for things that make us happy as well. How about you, Mommy Debbie?
Totoong-totoo yan. Sabi nga nila, happy spouse, happy house. So I'm very excited for today's session. And hi, Daddy Edgar and Mommy Grace. Nice to be here again for another happiness class.
Ayan, mukhang naka-extrang kape tayo. Ganadong-ganado yung energy natin. Talagang ramdam natin, excited tayo lahat para sa session natin, di ba, classmates? At perfect yan because today we're going to talk about something I'm sure all parents can relate to. Kasi it's no secret that we can be our own worst critic, lalo na sa mga tayong mga parents, di ba? Dinadoubt natin mga sarili natin. At ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is how we can avoid or at least bawasan ang ating self-doubt. Now, to help us answer this question, of course, kasama natin galing sa Happiness Class PH. Welcome natin. Palakpan uli natin syempre si Michelle Tambunting. Hi, Teacher Michelle!
Hello! Hi, Edroy! Hi, Debbie! Grace! So nice to be here again. Are you ready for our final session?
Ako, alam mo, handang-handa kami. Nagkukwentuhan lang kami nila Grace at nila Debbie. Handa kami basta walang test sa huli.
Wala.
Basta wala lang test sa huli.
Practical lang. Practical.
Deal yan. Okay. Yun, buti na lang, wait na lang. So ano ba mangyayari ngayon, Teacher Michelle, sa ating show at saka sa ating live stream today?
Well, today we're going to end the series of 3 sessions with one of my favorite things to talk about. We're going to talk about affirmations. But before we do that, I would like us to do what we normally have been doing the past couple of weeks. Diba? We always begin with an emotions check. So again, welcome your classmates, everybody. Welcome to our 3rd session. Welcome everybody who's tuning in also today. Welcome to all the parents who are logged on to our live. Welcome to Happiness Class PH. So, everyone, before we begin, as we do in every class, I would like to know, Edroy, Debbie, and Grace, from a scale of 1 to dog. Which dog are you on the screen?
Wait lang. Aha!
Mahirap to kasi iba yung last times eh.
Alam mo, mas mahirap siya kasi parang lahat tong 9 na pictures ng aso, ang cute lahat eh. Parang gusto mo lahat eh. Diba? Ayun. Kaya lang ang cute eh. Ang hirap naman pumili, Teacher Michelle. Ayan.
Think of which dog depicts exactly how you're feeling right now, as in now.
Alright. Sige, mauna na ako, Teacher Michelle, if it's okay. Ako,
Sure.
I will be dog number 6. Si dog number 6. Nga parang ang happy. Sa picture na to, no, parang ang saya-saya niya. Parang ang relax niya. At parang pinipet siya sa gilid, di ba nilalaro siya. Kasi, kwento ko lang, first time namin ni Mrs. na makapagbakasyon na kaming dalawa lang. Iniwan namin yung daughter namin with my parents. So, yung feeling ko ngayon, medyo extra relax siya ng konti. So we, as mommy and daddy, as husband and wife, we had a bit of a me time. So, kaya ako nahalata nyo talagang medyo mas glowy ako ngayong araw na to, di ba? Ayun. So, number 6 ako.
I love it. I can really feel the higher vibe from you today, which is great. So talagang when we're able to care for ourselves and look for those pockets of times that we can to spend with our spouse or our children, I think that's a great thing. So number 6. Edroy. How about Debbie? Which dog are you?
I'm dog number 4.
Ay, cute.
Ang cute niya lang nakaganon lang siya. Kasi parang when I wake up in the morning and I'm reminded na it's our self-care sessions, parang nagkakaroon ako ng inner peace na, oh my gosh, matuturuan na naman ako ni Teacher Michelle how to be a chief happiness officer. So I can also impart the things that I learned to my children and my husband. So yun, ganyan lang.
I love it. Thanks, Gray. Debbie, thank you, thank you. I also look forward to our classes, not because I feel I have knowledge to share. It's really more every time I teach it or I facilitate it, I learn something new, which is great. And I think that's the great thing about being a chief happiness officer. When you teach it to others, you learn it more. So let's ask Grace. How about Grace? Which dog are you in the photo for your well-being check?
Well, I think I'm number 3. Like, I'm tired but trying to power through. So, dilat pa rin. Pero, low na yung dila.
I love your word. I love your word. Power through. Actually, those words that you just used, magagamit mo yan mamaya when we do our activity for the day. So I think that's a great combination of words to think about today. So like I said, Edroy, Grace, and Debbie, and to all our parents, I hope you're all typing in and letting us know which number you are on the slide. Which dog are you? Are you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9? And remember that being as authentic as you can with how you're feeling allows everybody to create a safe space for each other, because really that's what the Smart Parenting Self-Care sessions are all about. It's for us to have that space, diba?
Yes, that's true.
Oh, Edroy. Yan
Yes,
ang lesson natin today.
Uy, affirmation. Alam mo, follow ko lang yung sinabi mo kanina, no, Teacher Michelle, to all of our viewers. I think during the past live sessions that we had, ang ganda that we're being honest with ourselves. Kasi when we start being honest with ourselves, that's the time we can find our happiness, di ba, Teacher Michelle?
Yes, I think, the name Happiness Class PH can be a little deceiving, because when you think about it, people are probably thinking all we're talking about is happiness, diba? It's about joy. But Happiness Class PH is really all about talking about our authentic feelings.
Wow.
Because I really think, diba, when I ask you which dog you are, did that make you feel a little bit more comfortable today joining the class?
Yes, definitely, yes.
Okay, so we are going to be learning about affirmations today, and it's a big word. It's a big word that we've taught the kids in Happiness Class PH and in our school, but it's a word I thought they couldn't quite get, but they learned it so well. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So just to begin, I want everybody here to know what affirmations is about. I think we all have our own ideas about what affirmations are. But
Yes.
affirmations are really words that you think or say and believe to be true. So at the top of your head, if I say, Edroy, what would be an affirmation that would come to your head, come to you spontaneously when I tell you, what would an affirmation of yours be today? Ano kaya yung dadating sa'yo?
Oh, alam mo, before I give a word, no, ang pumasok agad sa isip ko, Teacher Michelle, is the word validation. Parang may validation siya na mangyayari on who I am or what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling at a certain point or a certain situation or a certain event or circumstance. Yun agad yung pumasok sa isip ko, Teacher Michelle.
I love it. Because yung word mo, validation, is so positive right away. So that's a great thing.
Right.
Okay, so affirmations are thoughts you intentionally come up with to support, encourage, and calm your brain and body. So there's a lot of words there. Pero when you think about it, to put simply, affirmations are things you tell yourself that encourage you, not things that other people say to you, but you're using your own voice as a parent.
Wow.
And you're using it intentionally to support yourself, to encourage yourself, to calm yourself, which we all need, just like Grace maybe today because we were having some internet problems. So what's an affirmation, diba, that you can tell yourself? Let's say, Grace, when you were trying to connect, let's say your child is having connection problems or you are, what would an affirmation be that you would be telling yourself right about now?
For me kasi, di ba, power through. Aside from powering through, it's try and try again. Di ba? Laging ganon. Always try. Try lang ng try.
Totoo yan. I really believe in that. And a good friend and a wise friend once told me, what you put out in the world is what you get back.
Yes.
So, if you're putting out into the world na I'm never going to be able to connect, sama naman ng internet, lagi na lang masama yung internet connection, yun ang laging mangyayari.
Agree.
But if you take out the negative in your statement and you change it with something more positive, then you attract better things.
Yes.
So let's just I have a couple of questions I want to ask you guys. So I want you to guess, how many thoughts do you think you have each day? Throw out a number. Debbie, ikaw. How many thoughts from the time that you wake up to the time that you fall asleep at night? How many thoughts do you have each day? And we invite our parents also who are watching to type down their guesses for this question.
I guess siguro around mga 50 to 60, ganun.
Okay. Edroy?
Ako, sabihin ko, siguro naman nasa 2,571.5. Kasi ang dami. Umaga pa lang eh. Sorry, tawa ako. Umaga pa lang inisip ko na kung ano kakainin ko. So, ilang kain na yon. So, may breakfast, may lunch, dinner, merienda, midnight snack. Yung pa lang, ang dami na agad na thoughts eh. Diba? And those are just thoughts about me. Kung ano gagawin ko para sa akin. Hindi pa thoughts about my wife, my kid, my family, work. So, if I'll take a guess, it's in the thousands. It's really in the thousands.
So your guess is, sabi mo, 2.5?
Parang 2.1, 2.5. Yun na. Kasi
Okay.
random na eh. So, yan.
Tingnan natin. Ano yung guess ni Grace?
For me, siguro ako, million na thoughts per
Wow!
day.
Hindi ko naman ang utak mo.
Siyempre, di ba, as a mom, as a parent, laging parang sabay-sabay yung utak mo. You're thinking everything at the same time.
Right. Agree.
You're thinking about your husband, you're thinking about your kids, parang lahat sabay-sabay. Na sometimes medyo kalat na yung utak mo, so feeling yun lagi yung iniisip ko.
Okay, I will answer your question. So it's somewhere in between all your guesses. So according to a study made at Queen's College, do you know that from the time we wake up on average, from the time we wake up to the time that we go to sleep, we have almost 6,000 thoughts each day. So can you imagine throughout the day, ganun karami yung thoughts na pumapasok sa isip natin. So can you imagine if, let's say, if all your 6,000 thoughts, mommies and daddies who are watching, if all those 6,000 thoughts were all negative thoughts, can you imagine how our brain would look like? I always do this for the kids in happiness class. I always show them a brain that is so dark and gray, as opposed to a brain that's filled with rainbow colors. So when we think and we fill our minds with thoughts, yun ang nangyayari, we're actually rewiring our brain. So I think let's all give a hands up or raise your hand or an emoji in the comment section if you agree that you want to rewire your brain. It's never too late. Do you know that we can actually rewire and reshape our brain until we're old? So we have a chance to do that. So how many of you want to learn how to rewire your brain? Ako, I'll raise my hand.
Tama ako dyan. Dalawang kamay pa.
Ako rin. Paano rin?
Lahat na.
Now, totoo yan. We can really rewire our brain. Kasi, you know, guys, with affirmations and with all our parents watching, we have to remember this. Affirmations are not just words I drew out or people draw out from wherever and then just created a lesson out of it and told you that it's good for you. Scientifically, and I think awareness really is key for us as parents to be better and healthier for our kids and to teach them a more positive way of life. affirmations actually activate the reward circuits in our brain. Ano ba yung reward circuits? Yung reward circuits na yan are yung circuits in Edroy's brain that get activated when he goes get a midnight snack and he eats a burger with his wife, or he goes, naalala ko yung burger, or he goes out and spends some time with his spouse. Or reward circuits in the brain are what Debbie feels when her husband, who is in charge of cooking, cooks a good meal for her. So yun yung reward circuits. Grace, Grace is a very creative person. So the reward circuits are what get activated when she's able to create something beautiful, or she's able to express herself in her beautiful hair, which we so love to see, di ba? So you do that, Grace, kasi it activates a reward circuit in your brain. In the same way that add to cart and going to your gate and meeting your package activates that reward circuit. But do you know that we have the power to actually activate those reward centers? And when we do that with affirmations, our brain actually can allow ourselves to decrease pain, and it helps you maintain balance when stressed. I think that's so powerful, di ba?
Galing. Sir, Teacher Michelle, sabihin ko lang when you were talking about affirmation. I remember that there's this one, I forget na if it's a fast food or a food brand or food stall. Ang sabi, you deserve it. So di ba, minsan pag ganun tayo, no, whether it be food or retail therapy, may binili tayo, nasabi natin sa sarili natin. Ako pagdating dyan, aaminin ko na, food, pagdating sa akin, food. Para sabihin ko, I deserve this. Tapos,
Yes.
alam mo, pag sinabi natin yun, no joke, no, yung pagkain, pag dumating, pag kinain mo, parang mas masarap siya.
Totoo yun.
So, I totally agree. Totally agree sa sinabi mo kanina.
That's so true. And I love that affirmation, yun, I deserve this. Diba? Many times kasi we feel we don't deserve things, or we are stretching ourselves na we tell ourselves also that this good thing doesn't belong to me. I don't deserve this. So can you imagine what that thought is doing to your brain and how it's affecting your brain? So just look at the slide. I'd like you all to focus on the slide and look at the different affirmations that my Bitmoji is expressing on the slide. So it's different affirmations. I can learn anything. I am enough, which I really love. That's an affirmation that I write down in my journal most days, especially when I'm feeling a little doubtful. I am grateful. I learn from my mistakes. I love me just the way I am. I am powering through this day. So I think for all, before I let you listen to the great story that we have today, I'd like to invite everybody to type in the comment section what your affirmation would be. And if you were to think about an affirmation, what would it be? And why are we doing this? I love this lesson because at the end of this, can you imagine in happiness class, sometimes we have about 30 children on Zoom, on screen, and all of them are coming up with their own affirmations as young as 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10 years old. Kids are coming up with their own affirmations. And when they declare it out to each other, parang I like it because it's filling the space with so much positivity. Talagang pangpaharang ng negative vibes. So Edroy, if I were to ask you now, before we listen to our story, and this could change later for our activity, based on how you're feeling now and everything that's going on with your life, what would be a really powerful affirmation that would rewire your brain right now?
Right now, I would say, I would shout out that you are a good person.
I love that.
Kasi in a world today that judges, especially social media, and di ba, minsan we base our our characters and our self-worth on how many likes, how many hearts, and whatnot.
Yes.
Sometimes we lose that. Na tingatan mo sa sarili mo, am I a good father? Am I a good husband? Am I a good son to my parents? Di ba? Yung mga ganung bagay. So, pero when I think back and we're talking about affirmation right now, and ang dami tumatakbo sa isip ko, yun ang isisigaw ko talaga. That, Edroy, you are a good person.
I love that. And I celebrate you for that because when we do our activity later, makikita mo na kung may test man tayo today, may one correct ka na doon.
Good.
Mukhang pasado ka today.
May +1 na eh. May +1 na, may bonus na agad ako eh. Gusto ko yan.
Okay.
Lalo akong ginanahan.
You deserve your shirt. Okay, next. We have, let's ask Grace. What would be an affirmation that you would think for yourself today?
Actually, nag-agree ako kay Edroy. I am a good mother naman siguro ang i-apply ko. Because mom guilt is real.
Yes.
You always feel it, or dad guilt is real. Like being a parent in general. Sobrang tayong guilty. Feeling natin hindi enough always yung ginagawa natin for our kids. So it's so important to remind ourselves, we are good parents.
Yun. Pwede pa ako sumundot ng konti sa sinabi ni Grace. Very recent experience. Di ba kunento ko, iniwan namin yung daughter namin for the first time sa parents ko. Hala, nung nasa bakasyon kami, dad and mom guilt is real. So kami na misis, and kami ni Mrs. Con, since we're talking about affirmation, kung yung isa yung medyo nagsa-self-doubt, ano ba yan, Han? Bakit natin iwan? I feel so bad. Yung isa nagbabata ng affirmation na, okay lang yan, Han. So, kami ni Mrs. Con, batuhan na kami ng affirmation namin during our overnight thingy na vacation namin. So, Grace, I totally agree. Yun ang sasabihin.
Totoo. That's so true, Grace. For me, that's equivalent to saying, I am enough. Diba? We're always striving for perfection eh. And I think social media does that to us kasi diba, we tell ourselves, hoy, bakit sila kaya nilang gawin yon? Or, oh my gosh, she has so much time for her kids. Or, you get so pressured with what you see. But when you affirm yourself and you tell yourself, first thing in the morning na, I am a good mother. I'm doing the best that I can. I am enough. Or you tell yourself, it's really progress, not perfection. Any affirmation that makes you feel that you're doing enough, then you can keep coming back to that during the day, lalo na when you're faced with a challenge, diba? At least for all of us, diba? By midday, you've already done so much, and then you ask yourself, okay na kaya? Am I doing enough? So you can always go back to your affirmation. How about Debbie? What would an affirmation of yours be for today?
My affirmation would be, I am strong. Kasi every time I wake up in the morning, kasi we have 7 days a week, 5 of those days I spend at work. So parang pagka gising ko pa lang, pagod na ako, parang ganun yung feeling na papasok na naman ako, traffic na naman sa EDSA, mga ganon. So parang kailangan kong i-affirm talaga yung sarili ko, hindi, kaya ko to, strong ako. Hindi, kung ano man yung mangyari sa work na ma-challenge na makuha ko, strong ako. Hindi, kaya kong pag-juggle yung school, nung online learning nung anak ko, tsaka school, kaya ko to, strong ako. Laging ganun yung mga affirmation na naiisip ko. Kasi minsan, yun nga yung kanina, we are our biggest critics na parang we feel like we're not doing enough. We feel like yung kulang yung oras natin. So parang para ma-affirm ka, parang kailangan mo laging maniwala na you're strong, kaya mo to. Parang ganun.
I love what you said. Thank you, Debbie. Gusto ko yung I am strong first thing in the morning. Diba? Lalo na kung hirap na hirap ka gumising or you're facing a very challenging day, it's different when you tell it to yourself. And I think that's what the message I want us to all end with today when we walk away from happiness classes. As parents, I really want us to think about the narratives we have in our heads. What do we tell ourselves? And how does it change our brain? And how does it change the way we feel? And how does it change the way that we choose to show up in the world? Diba? All really naman God asks is that we show up and we keep showing up. But when you tell yourself, how do I want to show up in the world? Your affirmation can dictate that first thing in the morning. So, to continue that, I want everybody to relax and sit back and really absorb the story that we have for today. So I am relaxed, I am open, I am listening. That would be your affirmations today. And for the parents watching, I would love for you maybe to call your kids if they're nearby so that they can listen to the story. Yeah. Because I'd like you to look at the screen and look at the two different sunglasses that we have. And as you're watching the story, I want you to play a game with yourself. So whenever you hear the words that the person in the story says, I want you to think, are you looking at the world, or is that person looking at the world with dark colored glasses? Or are you, or is that person looking at the world with colored glasses? With through the lens of this happy looking coral shade of sunglasses. So isipin natin, paano ba natin tinitingnan yung mundo from day to day? Not only us, but our families. How do we help them or encourage them to do that? So the title of our story today is I Think I Am, and I will play it, and I really hope you all enjoy it. I would love for you to call your children if they're nearby, because I think this is a story that you can watch with them and listen with them, and it sparks a lot of conversations for everybody in the family.
Today's story is about affirmations. The title of the book is I Think I Am by Louise Hay and Christina Tracy, with illustrations by Manuela Swartz. Affirmation. Words that you think or say and believe to be true. Did you know that the things you think and say have the power to make a big difference in your life? When you say something over and over, you start to believe it is true. And what you believe creates what you do and what happens to you. These kinds of thoughts and words are called affirmations. Learning to turn your unhappy or negative thoughts into positive affirmations is a great thing to practice. Here's how it works. When you have a negative thought like, nobody likes me, you can change it to a positive affirmation, I love myself and other people love me too. This becomes something good and positive things happen. You can tell somebody, hi, want to be friends? The more you can learn to do this, the happier you will be. Keep reading to see more examples of kids turning negative thoughts into positive affirmations. When waiting around is not what you planned, you may start to have negative thoughts and tell yourself, this line is so long, we will never get into the fair. But picture the fun you will have when you say, I make today great. Have you ever wished you looked different or more like someone else? You might feel like saying, I don't like my hair. I wish it were like hers. Instead, look in the mirror every day and repeat, I love myself just the way I am. If your friends all want you to go their way, it's easy to think, if I don't do what they want, they will be mad at me. Do what is right for you and tell yourself, I stand up for what is important to me. When you don't want to pay attention, like the teacher sometimes, you may believe, this isn't about me, so I don't need to listen. Remember that life has a lot to teach you and think, I love to learn new things. When you are feeling all alone, unhappy thoughts might creep in. Why don't they want to talk to me? Help these feelings go away by telling yourself, I am surrounded by love. If it seems easier to sit back and watch than to help, you may think, I wish someone would help him get on that pony instead of me. Change your thoughts and say, I happily help wherever I can. Even though you have many great things in your life, sometimes you'll still wish, I sure would love to have one of those. Pay attention to what's good in your life and say every day, I am grateful for what I have. Have you ever done something you wished you hadn't? You might get mad at yourself and think, I can't believe I forgot my sweater. I always forget everything. Keep positive and say to yourself, I learn from my mistakes and move on. When it comes to taking care of the world you live in, you could think, who cares? One piece of trash doesn't make a difference. Instead, think, I care for my home, the earth. If people around you have nothing good to say, it can bring you down. Some people will say, it's too crowded. I'm hot. Maybe they are right. I'm so bored. Don't let others' moods change yours. Instead, say, I choose to be positive. You might think you are not creative and that other kids have better ideas than you. I can't decorate my bike. This is going to look awful. Don't give up. Say to yourself, I am filled with creative ideas. When you see kids who look or act different from you, you might say to yourself, I hope I don't have to ride with them. Try to look past the differences that you see on the outside and think, I see the best in everyone. Here are some tips for doing affirmations. You can make up your own affirmation for anything you want to change in your life. For example, number 1, always start an affirmation with positive words such as I can, I am, I do, I have. Number 2, say your affirmation over and over whenever you think of it. Number 3, say an affirmation especially when you are having a lot of unhappy or negative thoughts. Number 4, look in the mirror and say your positive affirmations out loud. Number 5, write your affirmations down in a notebook or journal or a big piece of paper. Number 6, make a sign with your positive affirmation and hang it where you can see it every day, like on your mirror or your bulletin board or in the kitchen or your learning space. And 7, close your eyes and picture what you want. This is an affirmation. The end.
Oh, wow. Wow. Teka lang, medyo, uh, Teacher Michelle, give a couple of seconds to absorb yung natutunan tsaka nakita natin dun sa storybook natin. Pero alam mo, if there's one thing that I love about what we learned earlier on this story na yun, I think the word that came out para sa akin was contentment.
Mm-hmm.
A certain level of contentment. That you're happy with what you have and that you're comfortable on where you are. And I think that's the only time when affirmation can also come in.
Yes.
Kasi I think during one of our classes or during one of our conversations, I did mention that na minsan ang kalaban natin, kaya hindi natin na what's the proper word to use? Na-enjoy kung ano yung meron tayo because we always crave for something more. We always crave for something that we don't have. We always crave for other people's opinion. And
Yes.
sometimes we spend more time living and reading to parang what's the proper word? Para ma-prove natin na totoo ang sinasabi na ibang tao rather than proving to ourselves that the real thing na totoo talaga is kung ano pinapaniwalaan natin. Which is again, affirmation.
Correct.
Affirm natin on who we are, that we're happy on where we are. Kasi di ba, pinag-uusapan natin kanina, Teacher Michelle, about social media. People, certain sites, certain people will always comment, why are you like this? Why are you like that? Why are you thinking of your kid like this? Why not this? Why nabibigyan ng ganito? Nakikita mo sa social media. This mom, this dad could give this something material thing to their kid. But how come you cannot? Nagkakaroon tayong self-doubt. Kaya pinag-uusapan natin with Debbie and Grace na parang, teka, am I a good parent?
Yeah.
Am I a good father? Teka, am I a good husband to my wife? Bakit yung iba? Nakikita ko, binibigyan nila ng 10,000 karat gold necklace and stuff yung mga mga spouses nila. Ako hindi ko mabigay. We tend to compare. But
yes,
when we see that we're okay and where we are and what we have, and affirm that we are good, then our life changes. Happiness comes in.
Yes, that's so true. Because didn't you realize when we were listening to the story, just the everyday simple examples of what kids tell themselves, didn't you realize na, oo nga no, there's so many things that I think or I say to myself that actually don't help me or help anyone around me. And yet I let those thoughts get the best of me most of the time. So I think it's a good reminder for all of us to be aware of what we think Be
Yes.
aware of the automatic thoughts. Let's not allow it to be automatic. Let's make our thoughts intentional.
Yes.
Diba? Grace,
Agree.
did you like the story? Was it something that you could resonate with?
Yes, actually, first time ko nakita tong story nito. And it's such a nice book pala. Um,
Yes.
when we saw the glasses, di ba, the sunglasses a while ago, I think I got this sense of there's no light if there's no darkness. Di ba?
Mm.
Pero sometimes it's okay to have negative in your life, but choose to be positive. Take it positively. Parang ganon, di ba?
True, very true. Talagang be intentional about the positivity that you want to nurture in your life and be more intentional about the negativity that you want to shoo away.
Oh.
Diba? What you want to take out of your life.
Yes. Pero Michelle, alam mo, mapapakanta na naman ako kay Grace. Take me out of the dark, my Lord. I don't
Wag
wanna...
na. Bukas
Wag
na.
na.
Baka lumagpa ka pa today.
Baka makopirate na naman tayo. Baka makopirate tayo.
Yes, yes. How about Debbie? Did you like the story? Was it something na touched you or could you resonate with it?
Yeah, very much. Kasi yun nga yung kinuwento ko kanina na parang pagising ko pa lang ang dami ko na agad. Parang pagod na kaagad ako. Pero when we see the silver lining of the situation, parang mas nagiging positive yung thoughts natin. Like, kunyari, traffic sa EDSA. Okay, traffic sa EDSA. Pero I have more time to listen to podcast kasi mas, mabagal. So, mas marami akong time to listen to podcast. Tapos, I can learn from my mistake. Traffic na pala because of GCQ. So, tomorrow, I'll leave earlier than today. So, di ba? Parang, may mga learnings pa rin yung mga negative na yung when we see things na negative, meron pa rin siyang mga learning. So, meron pa rin siyang natuturo sa atin. So, parang we just have to see the positive side of it. Para parang kung masyado kasing clouded yung mind natin with negative thoughts, parang pagdating mo pa lang sa work, late na ako, traffic kanina, bad trip na ako. So, lahat nung makaka-deal mo at the end of hanggang matapos yung day, parang negative na kasi nag-start ka sa negative eh. Pero kung when you start your day with positive na, traffic na pala ngayon, sige, bukas alis ako. Pero you shoo it away na negative. Parang, sige, pagdating ko sa work, sige, late na nga ako di tapusin na natin to. So, magiging mas productive ako towards my work kasi nga parang, tingin ko late na ako dumating. So, parang mas babawi ako dun sa other side. So, nata-turn siya into a positive perspective.
So true. Talagang it's all about the mindset that we have, di ba? And to all our moms and our dads watching, many times how do I say it, our pitfalls or the ruts that we find ourselves in, it has a lot to do with the mindsets that we latch onto. So we invite you in this community because it's a very safe community and it's a nurturing one and we want to build each other up. We invite you to share with us what mindsets do you have that you'd want to change with an affirmation. Kasi when you share it with everybody, minsan it's something that you read or you share from someone could be the thought or the change in mindset that you are needing to hear, diba, at this time.
Yes.
So, as we're waiting for the comments to come, we will now begin our activity, the fun part of the day. So this is going to be, exit ticket to. So if you don't do this today, babawiin natin ang mga t-shirts ninyo. Okay.
Pero activity, hindi test. Activity na, activity. Okay.
So we will get in touch with our creativity today. So instead of giving you a diploma, after you really making time, and I'm so grateful, making time for the happiness classes the past 3 sessions, yung diploma natin today will be created by you. Ooh. So in your sheet of paper, I want you to write down a special affirmation. I want everybody who's watching today to think about, and we'll be a little pensive and reflective about it. What's a mindset that you have that is causing you pain, or that is causing you to feel heavy, or a thought that you always have that is causing you to stay where you are and not move forward? Yung nagpapabigat. And I want us to think of an affirmation na antidote doon. Diba? Parang, think of the affirmation as our vaccine. It's our Pfizer or Moderna or whatever vaccine. So it's our vaccine for that negativity. So this is going to be your diploma for today, the certificate of completion. And I will give you maybe 3 minutes to do it. Write down big bold letters. Huwag yun maliit ha. Please, lakihan. Make it big if you want to fill it with colors, if you want to be creative about it. I encourage you to do that also. So everybody, let's think about the affirmation that we hold dear or that we thought of today when we reflected, and write it down on the paper. Okay, so I will give you 3 minutes to do that.
Ayan. Sige, habang nagsusulat yung mga viewers natin, no, Teacher Michelle, again, to all of our viewers right now, please do participate with us while we're doing this activity. I mean, for the past sessions, we have seen really a lot of good comments, a lot of people who were being helped by other people in the comment section, and not just by Teacher Michelle, and not just by us giving our opinions and our thoughts about our class. So again, we'd like to encourage everyone to participate along and do the activity kasi nakakatulong talaga siya. I mean, ang nakakatuwa dito sa ating live session na to ngayon, no? While we're doing it, kami ni Debbie, kami ni Grace, and even si Michelle, sinabi niya kanina, no? Pati kami natutulungan namin yung sarili namin. And kung iniisip niyo, natutulungan ba at nagaganahan kami ng loob with the comments that we actually read also? Yes, the answer is yes. We get encouraged. We also have new thoughts pag nababasa namin yung mga comments at saka mga reactions nyo dyan sa ating, sa ating comment section. So again, feel free to do the activity with us and also comment your thoughts dyan sa comment section natin. Alright? So ito na. Talaga na, Teacher Michelle, talaga napaisip ako na todo, ha?
Gandahan mo ha.
Alam mo, kaya ko gandahan yung meaning pero yung sulat ko pangit talaga. Hindi yung problema eh. Pangit talaga eh. Yan, wait lang.
Remember to speak in the present tense ha. Not I will be, but I am.
Yan. Ayan, no? Yan. Paano mo kayo color?
To help you, I'm going to flash on the screen some guidelines that will help you.
Yun. Ayos. Alright.
Seryoso si Grace. Ang ganda na naman tong kanya.
So you be in the present tense.
Yes. Yung problema natin nga, si Grace may drawing pa eh. The joke.
Oo nga eh, talo tayo lahat eh. Summa cum laude yan today eh.
Ayan. Wait lang, napapabasa ako na yun eh.
Keep it short and avoid any negative words. Okay na? How are you guys doing?
Great.
How are you doing? I will just...
Alam mo, no, Teacher Michelle, no, meron akong couple of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yung nasulat ko sa aking papel. Na Kaya parang na-pressure si Grace, mukhang walang 5 yung nasulat niya. Dalawa lang yun.
Isa lang.
Isa lang. Si Grace, hindi ko alam yung pagkaganon niya, kung nagulat siyang 5 ako o baka sobrang dami ang nasulat. Bigla ako na-pressure.
Since 5 yun affirmations po, ikaw na mauna.
Ako na
Edroy,
mauna.
What
Okay.
are your affirmations that you are going to remember? Say it out loud.
Yes.
Declare it to the world, because if you keep your affirmations inside, then wala kang sense of accountability. But if you share it and say it out loud and share it with us, may matututunan kami sa'yo. So what are your
Ayan.
affirmations?
Yeah, sige. Before ko i-reveal, lakas, maka-reveal ang aking affirmations, I'd like to invite all of our viewers, if you agree with me in the same affirmation that you wrote down on the piece of your paper, isulat nyo rin dyan. Sabihin mo na lang, pag sinabi ko yung statement na to, sabihin mo, ako rin yan. Comment mo dyan sa comment section natin para mamalaman natin pagdating sa mga sinulitin namin nila Debbie tsaka nila Grace on how many of us have the same statement and affirmation that we wrote down. Para we can feel that yung community tayo na pare-pareho tayo nararamdaman. So, ito na, Teacher Michelle. Yung sinabi ko na kanina, teka, kita ba sa camera? Kasi yung lighting ko medyo maliwanag. Kita ba? Ayan.
There.
Kita naman, di ba? O yan. So, ang unang nilagay ko ditong sobrang laking bold na talagang statement na nagsisenter sa lahat ng sinulat ko dito is, you are a good person, Pedro. You are a good person overall. Mabuti kang tao. Huwag mong i-doubt yun. Yung sinabi ko sa sarili ko habang sinusulat ko yan. Tapos dito niligay ko, ayan, medyo tinatry ko na i-focus kasi yung lighting ko. Ayan, okay siya. You are the best husband to your wife. I am the best
Nice.
husband to life. Okay? Ako yung best para sa kanya. Ang sinasabi kong best, some other people might say na their wives are better financially supported or materially mas lama. Pero sa akin, I still believe that I am still the best husband to my wife. Kasi di ba, pagdating naman sa pagiging husband, hindi naman pagdating sa isang bagay lang yan, maraming bagay yan.
Yes.
So I am the best.
Definitely.
Di ba, Teacher Michelle? Ito, sabi ko rin dito, you are the best father to Livy. Livy is my daughter. So I'm the best
Aw,
father.
I like
to
her name.
Di ba? Kasi yung kanina pala pinag-uusapan, the mom guilt and the dad guilt is real. It's real, di ba? Na nakukumpara natin sa mga nakikita natin. Minsan hindi nga sa nakikita natin, even to our friends and family members, nakukumpara natin yung sarili natin on how we are as parents, as a father or as a mother. Tapos medyo, ayan, dito ko nalalagay, medyo naubusan ako ng space pero nakalagay dyan, you are a great provider. Ayan. Kasi sometimes we doubt ourselves, di ba? Teka, enough ba? Parang siya endless wheel na hinahabol mo na provide. Pero iniisip mo, okay ka bang provider? Sabi ko, yes. Sabi ko naman, nakakain naman yung pamilya ko ng maayos. May bubungan ako. May bubungan ko sa bahay. Sabi ko, yung mga simple things, internet, tapos enjoy ng mga maliliit na bagay. Ayun. And lastly, ito yun. Ito yung affirmation ko na isa ba? Pagdating sa buhay. You make people happy.
Nice.
You make people happy. So that's one affirmation that's outside pagdating sa family ko. But me, as a person, diba, pinag-usapan natin in the earlier episodes, one of the things that I love to do is make people happy. And sometimes, syempre, pagdating sa linya ng trabaho ko, pagdating sa being, let's call it entertainer or host, hindi naman parating perfect. So may mga times na hindi okay. And kaya sinasabi ko, even in those times, Edroy, you make people happy. And if there's one more thing that I can share, Teacher Michelle, na naisip ko kanina while we were talking about this, about mindsets. Share ko lang sa mga nanonood ngayon. Ang mindset ko sa araw-araw, every day is a good day. And some other days are just better. And there's no such thing as a bad day. If you put yourself in that position, every day will be a happy day. Yun lang. Every day is a good day. There's no such thing as bad days. There are certain days lang that are better. Yun lang.
I love that. Thank you so much, Edroy. And I think all the people who are listening, who listen to all the affirmations that you have, para tayong may affirmations bank. Diba?
Yun.
What we're trying to do as a community here in Smart Parenting is to bring all those ideas together so that meron tayong paghuhugutan when we need it. Diba?
Yes.
And that's what this community is about.
Yes. Teacher Michelle, before we go to Debbie and Grace and what you wrote down, gusto ko lang sabihin sa mga viewers natin. I hope nakatulong to and listen in sa mga affirmations na sinasabi namin. And probably, hindi mo siya nasulat and you can tell yourself, teka, oo nga no, na-affirm ako sa sinabi ni Grace, sinabi ni Debbie, yun ang affirmation ko sa sarili. Teacher Michelle. Ayun.
Yes.
Sino susunod na Teacher Michelle na mag-share ng na sinulat?
Let's see. How about Debbie? Debbie, do you want to share with us and to everyone watching to add to our Smart Parenting Affirmations Bank?
Habang nagsasalita si Daddy Edroy, nagdagdag ako ng a couple kasi nahiya naman ako dun sa isa ko compared dun sa lima niya, di ba? so, yeah.
I love it. My hearts ka pa.
I am a good mom. Kasi sometimes nga, we doubt ourselves na if we're doing enough for our children. So ako parang, I breastfed them, I research everything when I become a mom. So kahit sa mga bashers dyan, good mom ako. Naniniwala ako na good mom ako kasi they're fed na madaldal sila, ano yung social skills nila. So parang tingin ko naman I contributed to that and I am a good mom to my children. And the next one is I am strong, independent woman. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na parang lagi ko yung affirmation tuwing umaga kasi minsan tayo yung napapanghinaan tayo ng loob kasi sa situation natin ngayon. So, we always have to affirm ourselves that we are strong. Tapos, yung independent, sarili ko siyang kumbaga, advocacy na independent woman. I don't need no man. Charot. And then the last one is, I am enough. So for anything else, not being a mom, not being a wife, being an employee, being a human being, being a Filipino, I am enough. Because I know I'm doing enough.
Nice.
I love it. Thank you, Debbie. Favorite ko dyan is your I am enough. So I encourage you to make this the wallpaper of your gadget that you're using, print it out, make it a poster, but have it somewhere where you can always see it. Yung bang first thing in the morning, yun ang nakikita mo. For the longest time, I would keep my affirmations as the wallpaper of my phone. So that, di ba, when you unlock your phone, that's what you see. Now I have actually on my phone, what I have is my goals. So pretty much my intention for myself. So it's written down here. I don't know if you can see it there.
Yes.
So it's all there. So I write it. So every day when I wake up and I read it, I used Canva to make it a little prettier, made it my wallpaper because it's the first thing. So think of yourself that after today you'll be on a diet, but the kind of diet that you're going to have, don't panic, Edroy, pwede ka pa rin mag-burger. Yung diet mo is a wellness diet. It's a diet for your brain. So you're going to fill yourself up as a parent with everything that is empowering and that makes you strong. So, we now have all those affirmations. Let's hear from Grace. Ano naman yun madadagdag ni Grace sa Smart Parenting Affirmations Bank?
Yes, actually ako din nagdagdag after Daddy Edo. Kasi na-pressure ako. Isa lang din yung ginawa ko. Hindi ako na-inform. Anyway, I have this. I think positive. Okay? So the first one is, sometimes kasi hindi natin may iwasan. Di ba? May mga negativity sa utak natin. May mga nega vibes. Okay? So sometimes you have to affirm yourself. You think positive. I'm a positive person. Di ba? Aside from that, also, I'm a good mom and wife. Siyempre, di ba yung mom guilt nga, yung parent guilt, it's very important to always remind yourself that you are doing your best and your best is enough. So, the next one is I am enough. We are always enough. We're always a good version. We are always the best version of ourselves and we are always enough. And then lastly, kasi dahil sa pandemic, we always have to remind ourselves and be thankful for what we have, di ba? So our life is good. We always have to remind ourselves that. So I always remind myself, sometimes, syempre, down ka, especially with the situation now. You always have to remind myself that life is good.
I love it. I love how Edroy and his kasipagan was able to pull all of us up to a level where we could come up with not just one but more affirmations. And I think dito natin nararamdaman yun, importance of being in community, di ba?
Yes.
Yun,
agree.
this community, if I were here in kami lang ni Edroy or kami lang ni Grace, one-on-one, iba yung feeling. But the community, being part of the community is so powerful. So now that we've heard, all those affirmations from each other, I've learned from Grace, I've learned from Debbie, from Edroy, and from all our viewers. So we really encourage you to type down the affirmations that came to you because, we really learn a lot from that.
Yes, Teacher Michelle. Pero isa lang bagay na halata, no? Katalo pa rin ako sa pagka-artsy ni Debbie tsaka ni Grace. No? Tsaka
Oo,
sa
agree.
yung handwriting ko May episode dun sa Friends Pero tsaka ako na yung Basta may episode dun sa parang, you made you had your kid write it down. Tapos iba pala yung nagsulat, adult pala. So yung papel ko parang gano'n, kala mo bata nagsulat. No? But eto, Teacher Michelle, may question lang ako. Why are self-affirmations important to teach our children? Kasi yung ginagawa natin so far, it's affirmations pagdating sa atin. Diba? So, ano yung best way na pwede natin gawin to teach our kids on how to come up with their own affirmations?
I think my biggest advice to all the parents and to you guys and to myself, because I have to remind myself of that every day, is you need to embody it. Hindi yun model. Kasi di ba when we model it to our children, yung mindset doon is, pag nakatingin, gagawin natin. But if they're not looking, we don't need to model it. So we revert back to old behavior. But when we use the word embody, it's like saying, live like that. Because our children, they will not act or follow or absorb what we say. We can say it over and over and over. But what our children absorb is how we live our lives and what we do on a daily basis. So pag makita nila na ganun tayo, that's how they're going to live also. So they will see that we affirm ourselves, they will affirm themselves. If they see that we affirm them, my goal really with Happiness Class PH is to make these conversations a part of our everyday. Yun bang we don't affirm dahil birthday ni Edroy, susulatan ko siya ng card and I will say, Edroy, I think you're the best father and the best husband your wife could ever dream of, or you're a great provider. Do I wait for Edroy's birthday to do that? Or do I fill our conversations with, Debbie, I think you're so strong and I think you are amazing for doing what you do. Diba, do you wait for special moments or do you make it a part of your conversations every day? And as parents, I think that's our goal, is to do that.
Wow. Alam mo, gusto ko sinabi mo na Teacher Michelle that it's the basic fundamental of leading by example. Of course, if our kids don't see it na ina-apply natin, how can they believe it? Diba?
Yes.
Parang ganun siya. Pero ito yun na Teacher Michelle, na na-realize ko ngayon na yung ginawa nating affirmation poster it's such a simple pero such a powerful idea. Although etong ating self-affirmation poster, no, Teacher Michelle, medyo very personal siya tsaka directed to ourselves. But is there something that we can do para naman we can uplift others, the other people around us?
Yes, actually, this whole lesson is based on the fact that if we don't fill our cup, we don't have enough to give to others. Diba?
Ganda. Yes.
And all kinds of everything that is positive, I think, needs to begin with ourselves. So if you don't have it in you, that's the reason why we affirm ourselves first. But then when you're so filled with that, it's so much easier to affirm others. Punahin ninyo. Be more aware. Think of people who are, yun laging meron nilang masasabi. Yun merong negative comment or, di ba? Think of it. Those people are the ones who aren't affirmed enough. So they don't have much in their lives to give also. So I think if we created that cycle, now we just kept on affirming each other. And actually, I will start that today kasi nga, commencement exercises, graduation, may diploma na kayo, may toga na kayong suot nyo na yung shirt. I will affirm each one of you. And I think this is a great lesson kasi we don't have to affirm people who are close to us and just them. Diba? We've spent 3 classes together. I've gotten to know you. So I'd really like to affirm each and every one of you. And first, maybe I'll affirm Debbie. And when I affirm Debbie, it's really more my showing Debbie that I celebrate you, Debbie, for being a strong woman. I also celebrate you for, I know it was hard to shuffle back and forth. Like today, you're tuning in from the office, but you still made a point to do that. Making an effort to learn to be a better parent despite all the things that you do. I affirm you for that. And I affirm you for your peaceful nature, because your peaceful nature has allowed our class to have calm when maybe Edroy and I are getting a little too hyper. You know, when we look at your screen, it's very, very peaceful. So I affirm you for that. And for Grace naman, I affirm you, Grace, because every time I look at the screen and I see a different hair color, I tell myself, you know what, self-expression is so important. And I love looking at that, and I know that creativity is a big part of your life. So I affirm you for that because of all the effort that you put into drawing and everything that you've done the past 3 sessions. It also affirmed me as a teacher or a facilitator, as a guide, and as your friend. So I affirm you because I think you're also a great mother for being here and making time for that. And Edroy, I affirm you naman for your energy and your enthusiasm. You know, just having you with us the past 3 classes has been wonderful because I think pampagising natin si Edroy, di ba? When he comes in and he opens the show or the class, it makes everybody feel so much more alive. But I think the most special thing I'd like to affirm you with is that just getting to hear you in 3 classes, share about your family and your goal as a father. I affirm you for that and celebrate you because I think it's amazing that you want to strive to be God's best for the ones that you love. So that's my affirmation for all 3 of you. And if you'd like to affirm each other, go ahead and do it because it's the last class for the series and it might take a while for us to see each other again.
Ayun.
I'll go
Sige.
first.
Oh, sige, go.
Go, Deb.
Go, Dev.
I'll go first para para wala akong katulad. I'll first affirm Daddy Edroy because he's very energetic and I can see in him when he shares the story with us na he's a very good provider for his family. Magandang head of the family siya and he is very funny and he cracks a lot of daddy jokes na lighten up the class every time. And also, I affirm Mommy Grace. She's so creative and jolly and super good mom to her child because I saw her daughter in one class before we started. And she's very creative and I know that she will guide her daughter very, very well while she grows up. And also, I affirm Teacher Michelle for being for having the wisdom that you have and imparting it with us, your students. Talagang we learned a lot from you during the 3 sessions of the self-care sessions. Yun lang. How about you, teacher, Mommy Grace?
Yes, first of all, Mommy Debbie, thank you. You are such a strong and empowered woman. I salute all the working moms. I don't know how you do it. Kasi I also work pero part-time lang. Pero you work full-time. Hindi ko alam kung paano nyo nagagawa yon. And ang galing-galing nyo talaga. Lalo ka na, Mommy Debbie. Teacher Michelle, you are an inspiration. What your passion, what you're doing, you have no idea how many lives you have touched. I actually talked to one mommy friend of mine and she knows you. She attended some of your classes and she said kung gaano ka fulfilling yung every time na nag-a-attend siya ng class, and that's what we felt, all of us. I think I can speak for everyone. So 3 sessions that we had, you are an inspiration, you are God's blessing to everyone talaga. And Daddy Edroy, of course, your energy. Grabe. Sobrang nag-enjoy kami. I'm sure hindi lang kami yung naaapektuhan ng energy mo, but I'm sure lahat, buong bahay mo, and of course other people that you have. I'm sure na nakausap mo, I'm sure you're spreading all the joy in the world. And obviously, we haven't met personally. It's just like the 3 sessions that we've known each other. And pero halatang halata na that you are a very good husband and a good father.
Thank you. Thank you, Grace. So ako naman. Sige, since si Grace huli nagsalita, Grace, unahin ko na ako na I'd like to affirm with you with regards to your energy. Just your energy also. Hindi lang ako yung energetic sa ating class, ikaw din. And your creativity. And I believe that pagdating sa family mo on how you are as a mother and as a wife to your husband, iba talaga, iba yung effect nun. Kasi pagdating sa mga situations sometimes that's just on more on the downer side. Napakalaking bagay na merong isang taong nagsusupport na that lightens up the mood. So I affirm you pagdating sa kanya. Pagdating naman kay Debbie, nako, I think pare-pareho yung naririnig natin. Si Debbie yung kalmado, calm.
Super.
Within the storm, hindi after the storm, within the storm. And Debbie, I affirm you for that, na sabi nga ni Grace kanina, working full-time and being a full-time mom, I know it's not easy. My wife is a full-time mom and a part-time starting up negosyante. And as it is, nakikita ko sa kanya parang ang hirap i-juggle being a mom and having a startup business. But for you to do that and still be very calm, it's just amazing.
Yes.
I think that's the term. It is just amazing. Kasi there's yung maganda pagdating sa inyong dalawa ni Grace, between you, Grace, tsaka Debbie. Stark contrast, pero sabihin ko lang, amazing. I'm sure that you are an amazing wife, you're an amazing mom also, amazing provider, being a person that's also working. And pagdating naman kay Teacher Michelle, wow, what can I say? The passion that you put in being just putting everything together, pagdating sa happiness classes natin. It's passion with purpose. And I'd like to affirm you pagdating sa being such a holy, good person. In sharing what you know, not just to us, not just to Grace, Debbie, and me, but to everyone that's watching right now. Kasi a lot of things you can buy for you to feel good about. But the things that you do, Teacher Michelle, it's something that you can't buy. It's something that you can't, may mga minsan may earn and stuff. It is something special. What you do is something special. And for that, in behalf of everyone watching right now, thank you, Teacher Michelle. And if you appreciate Teacher Michelle for teaching us every single lesson that you did for the past 3 sessions na meron tayo, guys, ating Smart Parenting Husbands and Wives chat. Sabihin niyo naman dyan sa comment section, thank you, Teacher Michelle. Para naman. Diba?
Thank you, Edroy and Debbie, and thank you, Grace, and thank you. I really wanted to end the class spending time doing that. Kasi tayo, I think we're uncomfortable doing it in public, right? But we showed ourselves today that we actually can do it. We can talk personally, we can affirm, we can be authentically honest. And I think these are the things that our children should be watching.
Yes.
Diba? Our children should be hearing and watching us do this. And if we're able to do it live on Facebook, then I know we have the courage to go back home and start fresh and start doing it with our families. You'll be surprised the kind of healing the kind of restoration that affirming each other will do in any relationship, whether it be husband and wife, father and son, diba? Mother and daughter, parent and child. Let's make this the conversation and the tone that we have in our lives, diba? So guys, I have good news for the 3 of you. Okay. May good news ako.
Ito na yung inaantay ko. After 3 sessions. Teacher Michelle, sabihin mo na ang inaantay namin.
Guys, I would like you to slowly turn around kasi sa likod ng t-shirt ninyo is the title that you earned these past 3 sessions. Oh, congratulations to the 3 new Chief Happiness Officers of Happiness Classmates and to all our viewers who watched and were here live, know that you are now officially your family's Chief Happiness Officer. You guys, it has been such a super duper grabe. I cannot describe how wonderful it's been spending time with you. And congratulations.
Una, thank you, Teacher Michelle. Kami ni Grace tsaka ni Debbie will wear this shirt with a lot of pride and happiness. Ganda
Alam
lang ito.
mo, you know
Sorry,
what? I put this on. I make sure. I take a picture. 1, 2, 3. Go, go. 1, 2, 3. Alam nyo, when I look into my closet and I'm feeling a little the need to pick myself up a bit, or alam mo yun, di ba? When you just have days where you need that I put on the shirt. So feeling ko, okay, ito yung Superman suit ko. So that when I look in the mirror, and I will remember na, oo nga, no, I'm wearing this shirt, so I have to live up to it today. So congratulations, you guys.
Again, thank you, Teacher Michelle. Siyempre, congratulations sa mga fellow graduates ko na batch October 2021. Yes, definitely. Pero,
Blackmates.
Bilang graduates tayo na dito, no? Teacher Michelle, bilang graduation day na natin ngayon dito sa happiness class natin, meron ka bang mabibigay na advice para sa mga, further advice sa mga fresh grads na katulad namin ni Grace at saka ni Debbie, na bagong Chief Happiness Officer?
So to the new CHOs. CHO na kayo. Now, anyway, they say that we need to study math in school every day because we use math every day of our lives. They say we need to study to practice our multiplication tables na pinaghirapan natin nung bata tayo, di ba? Di ba? We tried so hard to memorize it because they said it would be useful. So we've spent 3 classes learning and I think realizing that classes like these and just having conversations and teaching this to our children is more important than the multiplication table. It's more important than math. I'm sorry to say it. It's more important than the English or the lessons or anything that they memorize. Because like math, we use this 24/7. More than math and more than any of that. Diba kung may recital nga tayo for an instrument or a piano recital, we practice. So this is our recital for life. This is our life recital. And let's live the best way that we can by practicing it every day, right? By making sure that this is something that we live by. And I really want to thank everybody and all our viewers. Congratulations for showing up and showing up for yourself, because after doing that, we can all show up in the world as much better people and people who can pay this forward. And thank you to Smart Parenting also for giving us this community and this space. And I hope this grows so much more and so much bigger.
Ayun. Gusto ko sinabi ni Teacher Michelle na pay it forward, di ba? Pay it forward. And again, to our viewers, continue on writing down your self-affirmations para naman makita rin ng iba at saka mas ma-inspire din sila sa inyo. Pero ito pa, kasi na-picture tayo kanina, medyo close-up lang nung bago nating heart patch ng mga t-shirt. Isa pa namang picture pa, okay lang, Teacher Michelle, na
Yes.
para naman kita na nakasmile tayo na medyo ayan. Kita
Why
naman
don't you want to hold up your affirmations posters so I can take a photo also?
Yes.
Yan, kasi yan ang diploma ninyo, proof of completion.
Completion. O yan. Gaganyan ko yung sa heart patch ko na sa shirt ko.
Yan. Okay.
Ayan.
Okay, 1, 2, Deb, yan. Akit mo ng konti yun, mo. Yan. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile!
All right.
Congratulations, you guys.
Alam mo, ang sarap naman pakiramdam may graduation, no? Kasi tagal natin hindi nagawa yun. But again, thank you very much for the inspiring words, Teacher Michelle. So sa mga mommies tsaka daddies natin, if you too want to become a Chief Happiness Officer katulad ko, ni Debbie at tsaka ni Grace, all you have to do is go to the Happiness Class PH Facebook page now. And Teacher Michelle, eto pupunta kasi yung mga mommies tsaka daddies natin sa Facebook page ng Happiness Class PH. Ano ba yung best way for our viewers to reach you?
Well, you can just go to our Facebook page. We have 2 groups, a private and a public one. So send a request to join and we will accept you. We're also on Instagram, Happiness Class PH, and we invite you to watch a few episodes of the Happiness Class PH show that we have on YouTube, where we talk about mental health. We talk about topics that will really resonate with you as a parent. And then because of this, I was really inspired. Because of the 3 classes that we've had with Smart Parenting, I am announcing a 5-day promo beginning October 25. That's actually my brother's birthday, so I decided to date it then for him. But we have digital classrooms. So imagine, kasi CHO na kayo ngayon, di ba? So we have 6 digital classrooms packed with stories, movement activities, songs, engaging videos, and really big calls to action for your children and your families to explore together. And 6 of them, you explore 1 a week. And if you're a mother, a homeschooling mom, a teacher, or anyone wanting to just create more positive vibes and just raise the vibration in your homes, in your teams, even in the offices, this is already a ready-made happiness curriculum. So the promo will begin October 25, and we're giving it a special rate, especially to those who joined the 3 classes. So these are just the examples of the different digital classrooms. They're all clickable. And then I have some videos of myself there as well that you can watch. So it's something that you can consume and do on your free time or on a road trip, or now that you're home as a supplement for school. So we hope to see you in more Happiness Class PH classes. Thank you.
All right. So there you have it. Salamat na salamat. Thank you, Teacher Michelle.
Congrats!
Yes, thank you. Thank you rin, of course, kay Grace tsaka kay Debbie for joining us for our episode for today. So thank you, Grace. Thank you, Debbie. Now, if you want to be a Chief Happiness Officer, again, katulad ko, ni Debbie tsaka ni Grace, or need a refresher course, you can always rewatch this video on the Smart Parenting Facebook page and YouTube channel. And if you know other moms and dads na talaga namang deserve nila malaman tsaka panoorin ng mga episodes natin na to, i-share nyo ang video na to sa kanila. And of course, to everyone watching, thank you for joining us on our Smart Parenting Self-Care Sessions. And again, thank you, Teacher Michelle. Thank you so much for giving us tools to be happier parents. Now, again, if you missed the earlier sessions, you can still watch it on smartparenting.com.ph/online-events. Until next time, Smart Parenting mommies and daddies, thank you very much for joining us. Till next time, goodbye!
Bye! Thank you!
Bye!
Thank you. Bye.